One question that popped into my brain was, should I shoot more photographs or should I shoot less photographs to get the perfect image? Let's dive into it and weigh our options. Painters only paint one. They don't go painting 10 images of the same thing. Why should us photographers aim for 10 good photographs? We want just one, that's it. It should be that image from your head, from your brain, from your mind, from all the research that you've done. Not 10, not 500, not 10,000. Shoot as little as possible so you can get that one amazing photograph coming out of your brain, not coming out of the camera. There are 3 things we can do to maximize the chance of getting the photograph. Number 1, get to know your subject better. Know exactly what they do, how they do it, when they react, when they don't react. So this way you can place yourself. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. And the other one, get closer to your camera, not physically, but get to know your camera better. And the third thing is that when you're photographing a bird and all of a sudden with the other eye, or even with the looking through the camera, you'll see other birds doing better stuff. Who cares what the other one is doing? Focus on just one. We're all humans and we all think that when you are going to see a lot of movement, you jump from one movement to the other movement. Don't get distracted. Stay on one subject. Though you're seeing 10 other movements, stay on one subject and you'll get what you want. I've done my research on the Skimmer bird. Some unbelievable photographs in the world, of course. I've constantly viewed them on the internet. I don't want them. I want mine to be the best of the best of the best of the best. I don't want it to be exactly the same as some other photographers. I just want to make my feelings be perfect. That is what I'm looking for. That's why I cannot use 10. I need one. I need one that makes me cry. And if I get that, I'll be a happy man. I don't think I have that yet, but I have another day to go. So I'm not saying that we need to take less photographs to get better ones. What I'm trying to say to you is let's take more intentional photographs to get better photographs. You can spray and pray and then hope for it in the computer and say, okay, I got it or I didn't. There's a skimmer and in the water. The contrast, the colors, the whites, they are just insane. And I am just focused on her, nobody else. And I am waiting for her to fly. And once she flies, I will get the shot that I'm looking for. There she goes, there she goes. Wow, insanely unbelievable. One shot and I think we are done for the day. I am trying to get to know in between 50 feet and 30 feet what my birds are doing. What that does is that I only give myself the space to photograph in between the 50 feet and the 30 feet mark. Anything before and anything after, I don't photograph because I have kind of understood what the birds are doing in between the 50 feet and the 30 feet. And for me, at that distance, they look the best in the frame. And that's what I want to photograph, and that's where they're giving me the most action. And of course, to get the better photographs, I have positioned myself in between 30 and 50 feet. And what that's doing for me is that I'm not distracted. I know there are birds all over the place. They're at 100 feet, they're at 200 feet. But the minute they come into my zone, I go shoot them. And that's what gives me focused and better photographs. When I say focus, I don't mean focused like focus sharp, but what I mean is I know what I want from these birds and I want them to fly against the wind. Now that one gave me a display. Boy, she gave me a display. Why? Because she was in my zone and she was flying against the wind, and what that was doing was making her go slow, and since she was going slow, more for me. See, now they moved away and they are now at about 65 feet. I'm not going to bother shooting. It doesn't make sense because that just takes my focus away from what I want. See, there are two skimmers coming at me now. They are at about 65. They're displaying the colors there, but I'm not going to shoot them because they are not in my zone. I will not shoot just because it's easier. I will not shoot just because they're there. I just want to shoot what I want to shoot. And what I want to shoot is in between 30 and 50. That's what gets me better photographs. That's what makes me more focused. So that is better photography, not a lot of photography. You want a lot of photography, it's easy. Just keep going and you'll get it. But better photography is more focused, more this way, like a horse, right? You're focused and then you can see exactly what you're getting. So I was asked this question, why can't we take a lot of good intentional photographs? And I'm going to say because it takes a lot of time to set up, to research, to learn your subject, learn the behavior. So the time is taken there, not in shooting. If I give myself 10 photographs to shoot, will I just go shoot them randomly? No, right? So I'm going to take those 10 photographs and I'm going to pick one at a time, nice and slow, one, and then I'm going to study, and then I'm going to shoot photograph again. When I say study, study the bird, study the environment, study how you can focus, and then I'm going to take another one. And I'll learn from that mistake and then I'll go and take my third one. But it's going to be very selective. What if you were only given 10 images to shoot? Work with that principle. Quality over quantity. Believe in that. One good photograph will keep your audience, your clients mesmerized. Are you documenting or are you capturing or are you creating, right? So that's what it is. Create, and you will come up with great images. I am training my subconscious mind right now by saying, I want froth and I want this and I want that, and it's absorbing everything I want. So when I go in front of the computer and I start to do the selection, it's only going to allow me to stop on the ones that are exactly with the froth, with the spot metering tack on, with the exposure tack on. So I don't have to do the thinking, but I think there are so many good ones coming out that it's going to make me stop for every other one. And that is what I mean by selecting nightmare, because then you have 10 good ones and you're like, nah, I don't want 10, I want only 2. All this that I'm explaining about connecting to the camera, 30 feet, 50 feet, choose one subject, photograph that one subject, none of that really matters. You can take 50,000 photographs, not a problem. But what is your intention? Yesterday I turned on the shutter noise and now I know I'm shooting less. I know that because it's become one with me. I can hear it, I can feel it at the same time, and it becomes something where you and the camera are one. That is a huge thing. In order for me to get some really good photographs, I need to know exactly what my camera is going to do or what it's doing. And sound plays a huge part in making that happen.